Alright, it's been a bit since the last update, so I thought I'd share some progress and details about my LEGO detachable ski lift version evolution. I started the first official version of my lift with opening and closing grips with an 8-tire setup. As you can see in the video, this thing had a lot of friction, and I ended up abandoning it later. After my stupid and silly attempt at making an acceleration area, I tried starting with the tire turnaround instead. It worked kind of, but sometimes the grip would just lean out and fall off the rails entirely. Because of the grip leaning out on the tire turnaround, I decided to go with the acceleration area to start again. This time I made the structure more stable, and it was really good. As you can see in this video, with the new gearbox and acceleration areas, everything worked really well with barely any friction. I finally added the rope back in and started testing again. It worked really well. There was one issue though. The tires did not match the speed of the bull wheel, so I fixed that. After I fixed the tire and bull wheel speed and raised the station above the ground, everything worked well, as you can see in this video. I only had one side rigged up, but I soon got the other side rigged up and prepared to install the tire turnaround. In favor of adding the new tire turnaround I had thought of I made the whole station 4 studs wider and rigged up both acceleration areas. The tires around the turnaround were now directly powered from the tires on the acceleration area, rather than a long shaft coming from the motors connecting to the tire turnaround. After adding the tire turnaround back, I was finally ready to add the rope yet again. I still encountered the issue of the grip leaning out and falling off, but it did work a few times like in this video, and it looked really smooth, but it just wasn't the right solution for me. After the repeated issues with the tire turnaround, I decided to go to a chain style turnaround, kind of like Kerr's. The first tests of the chain weren't too promising, but it did work a few times like shown in this video here. Once I was a little happier, I added in the acceleration areas again. One issue I got is the back of the grip would lift up as it went into the acceleration area. I fixed that by putting a plate over the area where the grip enters the acceleration area. The angles on the chains between each two of the gears were too sharp, and the grip would lose its contact with the chain, so I ended up putting a gear in between each two of the gears to make the angle more rounded and less sharp on the chain. Now the lift worked really well, and I was pretty happy with it. I also added rails at the beginning and the end of the chain to help the grip line up properly for the acceleration areas. I finally got the rope back in and changed the top station to being a bottom station. This allowed me to create a portal-style depression tower, which allowed me to have more support on the depression shivs so that they didn't lean outwards so much. This version worked really well, and I encountered very few flaws, often being able to do it like 20 times in a row without it breaking. Even when the lift broke, the faults weren't serious and were usually caused by my errors, like accidentally hitting the station and moving it, or accidentally hitting a tower and moving it. And now a quick break from actually talking about my lift to talking about the new workspace I'm working on. As you can see, my new workspace I'm working on is going to be a lot bigger than the space besides my bed. Oh, hell no! It used to look like someone had used it as the rage room, as there were nails and nail holes all over the wall, as well as brown and red stains. Now it looks a lot nicer, as I've applied a coat of primer to the whole thing, and I'm planning to paint the walls gray and paint the baseboards white. I finally added the second tower into my lift. This actually caused a lot more issues than actually adding in the rope to my lift, which surprised me. I built another carrier and tried to get the spacing system to see how it would work with the chains. It didn't work quite well, as you can see. They kind of pushed each other around and the chain would break commonly, but eventually they got around and then the first one accelerated. It derailed the depression shivs and caused a lot of issues, but surprisingly, the rope feeder shiv did not derail. In a few months, when I finish my workspace, I'm hoping to build a second station and give it a tension station like one of those old Doppelmayr detachables, or this one pictured on screen. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. And now for an uninterrupted video of the full circuit of my detachable ski lift.